Hi, how's it going? Rob Daniels here, video content creator on behalf of Toronto Recruiters. Sure hope you're well, and thank you so much for being here. Going to get you the latest on what's happening in the recruiting industry for the week of March the 29th. So settle in and join me, won't you? We will begin with the Canadian government. They are helping employers create accessible and inclusive workplaces for employees with disabilities. Yeah, among working age Canadians with disabilities, 41% or more than 1.5 million are unemployed. Among those with severe disabilities, this rate increases to over 60%. And the Minister of Employment, Workforce Development and Disability Inclusion, Carla Qualtrough, announced funding of approximately $3 million through the National Workplace Accessibility Stream for the Canadian Council on Rehabilitation and Work and its Accommodation and Inclusion Management Program. Through the program, Canadian employers are given funding and expert advice to set up workplace accommodations, including adaptive technologies, ergonomic equipment for home offices, and individual needs assessments for employees. CCRW will also produce 150 workplace accommodation profiles to maintain existing jobs and reduce barriers to new job opportunities that challenge people with disabilities. So the Ontario vaccination rollout timeline has been released. Ontario is on its way to move into phase 2 of its vaccination rollout plan. Phase 2 will target seniors, people with high-risk health conditions, people living in high-risk communities, and people who cannot work from home. It is set to run throughout April, May, and the month of June. Vaccines are expected to be available for Ontario's general population by July. You can learn more on COVID-19.ontario.ca and in regards to COVID-19, as we continue that topic, this is something you might want to know. Can my employer require me to get a COVID-19 vaccine? Well, in most cases, no. In most cases, here in Canada, employers will not be able to make vaccination a necessary requirement of employment. Employers would be wise to avoid pressuring their staff into getting a vaccine, as this may be seen as a violation of human rights. Vaccine hesitancy is on the rise, though, and there may be other reasons for individuals to opt out of the shot, whether it be for medical, religious, or personal reasons. However, employers can provide staff information about vaccination. If an employee does not want to receive a COVID-19 vaccine or can't receive one, employers might have to provide accommodations up to the point of undue hardship. For example, if a remote worker decides not to get the vaccine, their employer might be able to accommodate them by letting them continue working from home. If the role requires going to a physical office or location, it may be too difficult for the employer to accommodate them in this manner. Other examples of accommodation in the workplace is a designated work area for unvaccinated individuals that will allow them to properly social distance. Employers, of course, can still require unvaccinated workers to continue following COVID-19 health and safety measures, such as wearing face masks or coverings in order to protect others in the workplace. So apparently, workers are more stressed than CEOs think. Yeah, research by emotional support app Ginger shows that 96% of employees, 96% of CEOs believe their companies are doing enough for employee mental health. However, only 69% of employees agree. Most CEOs agree that strong work mental health results in better business outcomes. 94% of CEOs report having received mental health support themselves over the past year. More than half of CEOs report that talking about mental health makes them a better leader, and nearly 90% of employees appreciate it, even though 56% of them are concerned it might impact their credibility. 92% of CEOs report that their companies have increased focus on mental health as a result of the pandemic. 80% of CEOs believe that poor employee mental health negatively impacts worker productivity. 48% of employees report experiencing a 7% increase in their stress level. More than 3/4 of employees who worked with a mental health professional did so virtually in the past year. executives 70%, skilled workers 71%, and workers with caregiving responsibilities 57% are significantly more likely to prefer virtual mental health support. 95% of people who received mental health support over the last year reported that it helped them at work. And next we move on to, do you trust your employees? This is an interesting one. It is a recent report by UKG revealing that 64% of employees that trust has a direct impact on their sense of belonging at work. 58% said that the lack of trust that affect their career choices, with 24% of those people leaving the company as a direct result. Employees who feel mistrusted, especially those working remotely, are more likely to seek other opportunities. Experts recommend establishing and nurturing a real relationship with your team. Okay, is it Friday yet? Who hasn't dreamed of a shorter work week? Business owners, large or small, are now backing up the idea. Google co-founder Larry Page has called for the end of the 40-hour work week for years now. Recently, Sir Richard Branson, billionaire founder of the Virgin Group, argued against the notion that we should view the 5-day work week as set in stone. The concept of shorter work weeks is not new. In 1930, John Maynard Keynes published a paper in which he speculated that a time would come when workers will eventually have 15-hour work weeks. In more recent times, entrepreneur Tim Ferriss released the bestseller, The 4-Hour Work Week, which offers advice on working smarter and more efficiently. Canadian economist Linda Nazareth points out that the current climate is different from how things were done historically, where workers chose cash over time. Nowadays, shorter hours and more money and other benefits are on the table. With automation and other efficiencies, organizations may be able to scale back on work hours without compromising productivity and profits. A shorter work week may just be on the horizon. Okay, so we do have some hot jobs here at Toronto Recruiters that we are recruiting for, and this is through our recruitment division, TorontoJobs.ca, a senior accountant or accounting manager for a mid-sized public accounting firm that's in Mississauga, accounts receivable manager in the Bolton area, sales rep to join our team here at TorontoJobs.ca. If you're interested in more information for any of those roles, please email resumes at TorontoJobs.ca, or what you can do is visit TorontoJobs.ca, hover over the recruitment division tab at the top and select recruitment openings. From there, you can apply directly online to the positions. Now, we have some top candidates that Toronto Recruiters is representing, and that is senior manager, 15 plus years of experience in the Brampton area, a paralegal, 15 plus years experience in York region, and office accounting manager, 10 plus years in Toronto. If you're interested in any of those candidates, you can email sales at TorontoJobs.ca. Upcoming virtual events presented by TorontoJobs.ca, the Canadian Virtual Recruiters Panel, happening this afternoon from 4 to 5. We have the Canadian Virtual Career Fair and Conference, Wednesday, March 31st, 2 to 4 in the afternoon, and Best Practices for Recruiting Staff in 2021. That's Thursday, April 8th at 3 p.m. Visit TorontoJobs.ca/news for more information on our virtual events. And you can check out our new events website as well, eventlogic.ca, that's logic with a K.ca. Sponsorship and exhibitor options are also available to you. Now, perhaps you're looking to hire staff. You can email sales at TorontoJobs.ca. Let us know what you're looking for. We really would appreciate that. And follow us on all our Toronto Recruiters social media pages. We're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram, and as well, how about our Toronto Recruiters YouTube channel? Yeah, we have that for videos on recruiting strategies and other tips that can help you in your role. Once again, my name is Rob Daniels, video content creator for Toronto Recruiters. Thank you so much for joining me for this week of March the 29th. Hey, happy Passover, happy Easter. We'll see you next time.